I wrote an email to Trey once, and I said that I worry that the community has become overly prejudiced and greedy. If the ape community is to survive for the long term, it will need to mature. You have a voice that can provide the needed information and sense of belonging that can foster that maturity. I want to see the ape community thrive. I want to see the corruption in the marketplace addressed. I want to see AMC Moon too. For these reasons, I reach out to you directly via email. Please consider the content on my YouTube, which is technical analysis per Bulkowski's chart patterns, and use what you may in your own content. I don't need a shout out. I'm comfortable with the size of my following, and I'm not interested in taking a spot on the main stage. My role in this is to support others. That was on November 13th of 2021. Trey, of course, didn't respond. So Trey, if you are listening, that's a standing offer. Please, whatever analysis I have, use freely. I was in Trey's Discord today, and I scoffed at Wyckoff. Got a lecture. I gotta tell you, I don't take well to being lectured. Nope, certainly don't. Anyone who wants to do exactly what I've done and put all of your trades out in the open and share what your trades are live in your own Discord, feel free to do so. It's incredibly exposing, and the pressure is immense. It really is. Is your analysis any good? Is it? Because if it is, it's going to look like this. As you can see, I made a chunk of change this morning, and I'll explain exactly how I was able to do that now. Once again, if you haven't seen Sunday's video, go watch Sunday's video. I predicted this almost exactly, saying that we'd have big red scary days Monday, Tuesday. I wasn't sure about Wednesday, but sure enough, I said on Thursday we'd see reversal, and that's the case. Yesterday I said, I don't think we see a bottom, but I do see early signs of bullish reversal. That's what I said yesterday, and sure enough, what do we have today? Well, we did set a new low down here, okay? I did say early signs of bullish reversal, and that's a nice clean double bottom, isn't it? Incredible. So this is what I did. Just like earlier this week, I said, I'm just gonna trade my analysis, because that's what I'm doing, is proving my analysis. If my analysis is good, won't it make money? At open, I bought calls. Right away, I loaded up on 4 May 13th, $12 calls for $9 a pop. Right off the bat, right off of the open. Okay, 2 minutes pass and I see the price start to drop, and it looks like we're heading down, but I wasn't fooled. I knew what was going on. What did I do? I bought a $10 call for $51. The price continues to drop and begins to curl around, and right there on that bottoming tail, I bought an $11 call. The price fell, rallied up, and began to come down again, and I bought at this green candle after this little dump, I bought another call. I bought 2 calls. $10.50 calls for 36 a pop. Then the price dunks lower, finds its ultimate low at 970, and it was exactly on that candle that I bought another call. Then I went and took a shower. You know, if you're in my Discord, you know that. I wasn't here for this. So I was zoomed in this morning, like about here, and I came back. That's what I saw. I was like, oh my goodness. And I woke my wife up. She was sleeping, and it just took off. It was just amazing. And so boom, right here we had this first sign of a double top. These are pipes. So I started taking profits. Right here, I sold 2. I sold the 1050s. For 95 a pop, and let's see here, a $10 call too, and then all the way up here, I sold another one here, but I didn't finish taking profits till the very tippy top. I mean, it was basically the tippy top. It was the minute after the tippy top. How did I know how to do that? Right here. This is how. This is it. Whose name is that? Whose name is that? Does that say Wyckoff? It says Bulkowski. It says Bulkowski. And I'm so done with Wyckoff. Like, I've seen so much bad Wyckoff analysis. I get that Wyckoff theory probably works and is good, but honestly, show me better than what I'm doing now. I sold those calls I bought for $9 for $204 a pop. How did I know how to sell those? Check this out. Oh, there's an incoming trend right there. Huh, fancy that. That'd be a great spot to take profits. And that trend line was drawn per chapter 3 of this book. Chapter 3 of this book. Trey, I love you, but your trend lines, they need to be per Bulkowski. These I didn't know how to draw trend lines until I read Bulkowski's books. I didn't. And I'm kind of embarrassed to say that. If you want to see some really bad technical analysis, go watch my first video. It's awful. Like, I have come a very long way, and this channel has been the diary of that. That's what this is. Ultimately, it really is for me, and I enjoy sharing it. I guess you can say I'm something of an exhibitionist. This is incredibly exposing. So I'm having a great time. I'm making money. I mean, this is great. This looks amazing. Oh, I didn't finish my day trades. I'm sorry. Yeah, so basically the price is just in consolidation now. This valley is going to set the pace of the next uptrend. I believe this is the low. I was in Trey's Discord, and, you know, 2 days ago I was like, hey, 1050 target. And then the next day, poof, price dunks below 1050. And it's like, oh, yeah, see, I told you, yeah, 1050, a pretty good target. Wasn't that a great target? And then this morning, before the rally, I was in Trey's Discord, and I was like, I'm buying calls. And I also said I'd call the bottom. And I mean, I don't know. I dropped some gems. Some gems in that Discord, and I get lectured for scoffing at Wyckoff. I'm gonna make my own personal MOAS. If it never shows up, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna make money in the markets. And that's always been a principle of mine. Always make sure you're winning. I'm always gonna win. I'm winning now. I mean, look at my board. So much green. Look at that. $194 Tuesday, $117 on Wednesday, $992 today. Not bad. And I have some open trades too. So I did buy an $11 call down here, mostly because I saw that this big downtrend ended, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it and hold it. Oh yeah, I also bought some $20 calls at the very tippy top. This is what I call returning money to the marketplace. I do it a lot. I don't expect those to make any money, so they actually aren't. I already took those profits out of that number, so that 992 is after I take off the 130. Yeah, I made $1.1 thousand this morning. Oh yeah, that's sweet, freaking sweet. Can I do that every day? No, but I am able to do it when the opportunity presents itself. Absolutely a sign of strength. Hear that verbiage? Sign of strength. This is really good. So now we're looking for the pace of the next uptrend. Let me turn on my trend line study here. And barring any unforeseen like black swan events, I think we can probably chart the beginning of the next uptrend. See, that's a little steep, but knowing how AMC likes to rally, that could be perfectly acceptable. I'm not kidding when I say that this trend line could be the trend line for the next like week. All right, and you know, it's very possible that the price does this. Yeah, something like that. V-type bottom with a handle over another over a downtrend, right? This wouldn't surprise me in the least bit. In fact, I think that would look really good. That would look really good. Now, it's gonna be very important that the markets also rally during this time for AMC to be able to establish kind of upward momentum, and I think that may be the case. Now, if AMC can make these bullish moves and break out higher, I'll discuss what those price targets are. But right now, I'm only focusing on the developing bullish reversal. And I say developing because it's not complete yet. It's not complete yet. There's still a ways to go. This downtrend needs to be broken. That'd be the first thing, okay? This downtrend. And what's crazy is that downtrend isn't even the the primary downtrend. This is an accelerated downtrend. The downtrend's way up here. So if the price can run like it did back here at this time, if we can get a similar rally, you know, I'd expect the top of that rally to be near $25. Now on the weekly time frame, we have a vertical run down, and what that means is there is a probability here of a bounce back, a full retracement upward, and that's 46%, and that's per Bulkowski's statistical analysis. So if we can get a massive bounce back up to $18, knowing AMC, I don't see why that wouldn't lead to a test of this downtrend. And that would be the beginning of a complex head and shoulder on the weekly time frame. Again, I'm not going to get people's hopes up because this is not a confirmed pattern. This is actually one of the problems I have with a lot of the amateur technical analysis I see on YouTube, is there's all this speculation of patterns. This is completely unconfirmed. This would, yes, be the first half. And yes, I did identify a price mirror in here that would, if reflected, rebuild the other half of this inverted head and shoulders. Yes, that is all there. Very speculative, but it's not confirmed until this downtrend breaks. But I'm going to speculate anyway, because I'm starting to get excited. Remember, I'm the bear here. Remember, everyone? I remember there was a time on my YouTube, it was all naysayers. It was like, oh, you shill, you know, look at you. Saying AMC's going to go down. And it did go down. It did go down. My analysis was so correct. Bulkowski's analysis was so correct. So correct. I thought that I could present the internet with good information and that people would just naturally flock to it because it's good information, but I don't know, it's not true. It's not true. It drives me nuts. Nonetheless, okay, here we go. Ready for this? This is such a wild shot. In fact, I'm going to regret saying this, but yeah, I'm totally going to regret this because watch me flip bullish and then, you know, it just keeps going down. No, if this is an inverted head and shoulders, okay, a complex, shoulder 1, shoulder 2, armpit, and this downtrend forms a neckline, and we get this big price mirror, which AMC wants to do, and there's actually a mirror in here, right? That this is a mirror. I'm saying if this mirrors, what's the price target? Do you want to know? Do you really want to know? Well, first of all, let's do this. The distance between the armpits would need to be the same. So it would seriously be like 6 weeks from now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it'd be like 6 weeks from now. Okay, so what are we in now? We're at May 9th. So 6 weeks. Let's just go into July, right? I'm going to apply that breakout price to July. And you know, let's take the top of that. Where is it at $23? Where does that downtrend intersect that level of horizontal support and resistance? June 27th. That's a little sooner than usual. But you know, AMC likes to run faster than it likes to fall. So maybe the right half of this thing would be, you know, a little quicker. I mean, if that's the case, we're looking at a price target of $40, right? Like, this is why I'm getting excited, is because I finally see the development of a bottoming pattern. It is starting. It is finally starting to shape up. This is incredible. You can see the RSI has been down here for a very long time, but now I think it's time to turn around. Head up. I really do. Okay, let's do it. Look at this weekly volume. This is huge. And maybe I need to turn on the daily volume to give context for where that volume came from. It came from today. Most of that volume, listen carefully, most of that volume came from the bottom, the run up here. Let me go ahead and turn on the 1 minute chart again, and we'll look at where that volume comes in. Look at it. It's beautiful. This is the majority of this week's volume right here. The price starts to soar, and then boom, boom, boom. Look at these peaks in the volume. They don't occur at the top. They occur as the price is being pushed higher and higher. And actually, the topping candle is right here. It does have high volume, but what's important is that it was volume that sent the price higher. And then there was a lot of selling volume too as we came down, and that's totally cool. Implied volatility went up during this time. All of a sudden, the price is now positively correlated with the implied volatility again. That relationship between the price and the IV has been a huge indicator for me. A huge indicator for me. So all of my boxes are being checked off. Sub-10 low, reversal on Thursday. We've got volume picking up again. The implied volatility correlation has flipped. Sentiment, I think, also peaked when Matt Kors said he was shorting the market, you know, with his thumbnail. I chuckled. I was just like, you sucker. Anyway, I think we're going to start seeing a bullish reversal. I'm going to look at the IWM really quick. Late day rally. This is something else I said in Trey's Discord. When we were down here, I was like, don't worry, you guys. We'll get a late day rally. And whoop, whoop, we did. We did. And look, it crossed this line. What's this line? That line marks bullish reversal. That's what that line does, because it establishes the bottom here at around $170. So the IWM is also starting to set up And this is an aggressive Bulkowski buy signal. You can find double bottoms and then draw a trend line from the incoming high to the intermediate high. And when the price closes above that point, then is a good time to buy. It's very aggressive, says Bulkowski, but I found it to be very effective. Actually, I did this in Genprex too. I used that buy signal. So this would be a buy signal from Bulkowski. We do have that last minute spike, which is really good. I think the IWM wants to reverse. I do. I'm gonna look at the daily chart really quick. You know, I have this controlled downtrend charted out right now. That would be the bearish continuation, but what we are looking at is a nice green candle. Opened lower, set a tail, pushed higher, and came down. This looks good to me. I think this looks bullish, I really do. And now you have the RSI coming up out from oversold. Good. And when implied volatility drops here, this is good because it means that the price is trying to bottom. It's trying to consolidate. This is good. This is really good. Doesn't that, I mean, if this were upside down, you would say this is probably the top and this is a big level of resistance, and it is. It's looking good. It's looking good. These bullish moves need to confirm, but I believe we are looking at early signs of bullish reversal. And here we go, SPY. Boom. Coming back up. That's an interesting candle, isn't it? I don't want to necessarily say that it's exactly this, but it looks like an in the neck. That's bearish though, right? Let's have a look at this. Theoretical performance is bearish, and the tested performance is also bearish, but it's only 53% of the time. That's pretty weak. Let's see what Bulkowski says here. He says, the in-neck candle is a weird sounding name for a candlestick, but many of the candlestick names I consider unusual. The neck is a two-line pattern that begins with a tall black candle followed by a white candle with a lower open but a close near the prior day's close. And that's exactly what we're looking at right here. He says the candle is supposed to act as bearish continuation of the downward price trend, and it does 53% of the time. I consider that near random, so don't depend on price continuing lower. Okay, that's not bad. However, when price breaks out, it tends to continue moving. Judging from the overall performance rank of 17, that is a very good score. The weakness in this candlestick pattern comes after a downward breakout in a bull market. The other combinations of market bull bear and breakout direction post decent performance numbers. Okay, so he's saying that if we can get a good breakout, that the trend direction is typically pretty strong. And I'm going to say that's probably a nice bottom. Now, that looks like a great spot to bottom. You've got a similar pattern in AMC. This doesn't necessarily look like an inverted head and shoulder bottom to me like it does in AMC. You could analyze it that way. It really could be. The neckline would have to be like a little lower, I think, would be good. Again, that's very speculative. This looks more like just a clean, either a scallop or a measured move down. And that kind of thrust could lead to a good bounce. Wow, what's going on in here? Why isn't, look at this. There's like no opens or closes in this big range up here. Very interesting. I wonder if we're gonna go for an island reversal. I see that space there. It makes me think that. Again, these daily videos are about cataloging my frame of mind and current observations. So, I'm not necessarily forecasting this, but what about an island reversal? Island reversal chart pattern. Okay, but what if it's upside down? So price trend, tops, okay, bottoms have price trend, downward of course, shape. Gaps separate a price island from the mainland. Two gaps must share some or all of the same price. High on the day price makes the second gap that the island can be 1 day to several months long. Wow. Okay. So I guess what we're looking for is a return to this level of horizontal support and resistance, and then a gap above it. I don't see why it couldn't gap above it. It's not like there's anything really going on here. It's below that peak, and that was a bullish reversal that we had there. There's a little bit down here. This was a bottoming of a inverted head and shoulder in here that led to the end of a big wedge, and that broke out higher. Look, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we're going to start seeing bullish reversal. Yesterday I came up with a new pattern on SPY. It's an ascending broadening wedge. And I said, hey, there's a trend line down here somewhere. And actually today I added the second line here. I'm just trying to figure out, it's like a zone more than a single line. But now we have this nice tail, this nice touch there, and this move above. So I'm pretty comfortable saying, hey, that's the bottom trend line of that pattern. That looks good. And maybe it's time to see the price travel across that pattern. And perhaps it forms a bearish partial rise and falls down. Maybe it continues upward to the top of the pattern, and maybe it even breaks out and up, okay? I don't know what's gonna happen, but I believe that this is the current pattern. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touch points. So we've got it. We've got our necessary touch points. We're on the right time frame. It's all now a matter of time to see what plays out. You can see we are in an uptrend. That's also one of the pattern requirements. Over that in the previous video. I am expecting more green to come, and I did forecast that on Sunday. I said Thursday and Friday would be reversal days from the bearish downtrend. So to see today be green is incredible to me. My mind is blown. Okay, this video is long. Happy trading.